Welcome back, guys! It is Batista Bomb 442 here for Team Rejected Gamers. We're back with Okami! And in this episode, we're actually gonna do something. Yesy soon indeed, where are we? We're in the land of one of the first changes between the Wii and PS2 version. Now, in the Wii version, there is no blur in this place. I have no idea why they took it out, but they did. Isun's just giving us some helpful tips on looking around and that. And we don't really need all these tutorials if we already know the game. Yes, he's just explaining the save feature here. And pots as far as the eye can see. Link, eat your heart out. Yeah, I know how to bust them, but I don't really think it's worth it. This game stops me every 2 seconds. Yes, I know how to do a wall jump, Isun. Of course, as soon as I say that, I fail at it. And here we have a chest which you just ram into and get. Holy Bone S is a recovery item. It will restore 3 units of solar energy. And here we get into the main gimmick of the game, the Celestial Brush. Isun is going to give a demonstration here, and really I can't understand one thing about this. The power he demonstrates is called Rejuvenation, but in the later game's sequel, Okami Den, they completely changed how to do Rejuvenation. As you see here, you just fill in the area. In Okami Den you have to outline the area, which in my opinion is harder to do. Yes, he's just explaining it's one of the 13 gods, and we don't really need to read this. It's all exposition about, well, tutorials. The River of Heavens. More like the puddle in the sky. So while Isun's obsessing over the River of Heavens being gone, we're just gonna head up here and get our first brush god, Yomigami, the god of restoration. Yeah, Isun, the glowing blue stars are forming a pattern. Go ahead and give it a try, Isun. Failure. And we get it on our first try. More than I can say for my practice run of this. Just a test. And the controller is shaking like crazy again. Yes. So, these brush gods, there are 13 of them scattered around the world, and each of them will give out a new power. When all the 13 spirits are collected, then we gain our true power. Throughout the world there are upgrades to these powers as well. Like, for instance, you may get like an ice power and then be able to create ice out of nowhere for its upgrade. But unfortunately, restoration does not have any power-ups. What you see is what you get. And I really need to turn down my headset. because this is starting to hurt my ears. Right, that's better. That was Yomagami, the god of restoration, or rejuvenation. I'm sorry, I got the word wrong. It doesn't matter if the word says the bloody same thing. Well, thank you Isun for making that rather clear. Yes, restore the puddle into a river again. Yeah, I find that funny. Dash against the edge and it just bounces you back somehow instead of you falling off the cliff. One nice touch about this game is the art is beautiful, and if you're in the general area you can always see the constellations you've gotten in the sky. I've always found the hit detection on this thing to be a bit wonky, in my opinion, but then again, it's a brilliant game, so it doesn't have to have good hit detection. Even though I cursed the controls to the PS2 version, they are still decent compared to the Wii version, but then again, what do you expect? It's a game involving a brush, which you have to move. A Wii version is going to be very, well, much better than the PS2 version. This is the Astral Pouch. If you fill it up, it's basically a free life you can use anytime. It will restore you as soon as you die. And believe me, that can be a godsend sometimes. Anyways, it's 7 minutes now. I apologise if these first couple of parts aren't very interesting. It's just the main boring bulk introduction stuff. You know, every game has it. And I am very sorry if I fail horribly at this next power up, because this is where the PS2's controls really become a problem. Yes. Just restore the sword. And here we have a giant statue of Izanagi and his sword Tsukuyomi. Now try saying that 10 times fast. Izanagi Tsukuyomi. Yes, I can guarantee it's going to be one of the most difficult things you ever do. And another constellation! Yeah, they just sort of throw them at you early in the game. A couple of them, and this one's Tochigami, which he is the bearer of the power slash. Yes, and what isn't awesome about that guy? He is a mouse with a giant sword. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, he talks about there being monsters around when we haven't even bumped into a single monster other than Orochi in the title sequence. Yeah, prepare for me to start cursing at the controls of this game. It's a good game. It's just controls are a bit iffy on the PS2 version. PS2, why did you have to have such wonky control scheme? Right, time for probably one of the harder techniques in the game to draw. A straight line. You have to take that as slow as possible, otherwise it won't work. And even then I was trying to go across, not diagonally downwards. Yeah, Isun is just sticking around with us so he can take all of our powers for his own, basically. And we've got a crazy taxi arrow for some reason. And I just killed a bunch of trees somehow. And we're gonna get into the main meat of this game now, the battle system. Yes, the battle system is timed, basically. Not timed as if in you have to do it in a certain amount of time, but you have to hit the enemies in a certain beat, kind of thing. Basically, you can't just mash the button and have your power work all the time. And for once I had a perfectly straight line. How did that happen? I have no idea. That's always one aspect of the music of this game I love. That just over sarcastic you in the music. You! It just sounds so ridiculous. Anyways, we're just gonna head back to the initial place we came from. But there's going to be plenty of enemies along the way. Just showing there you can actually do an attack from the air. And both of them are down. Now, something I should go into is, there is something in this game known as a floral finisher. Basically, if you hit an enemy in a certain way, and then finish them off with a certain technique, then you will get something known as a Demon Fang. Demon Fang is sort of a secondary currency in this game. You use it to get helpful godly items. So like, for instance, one of the items you can get with it is a charm that allows you to walk on water. So basically, it's very helpful to have Demon Fangs. And I probably will be doing Demon Fang hunting off screen. Just basically going into battles and getting the Demon Fangs. In Okami Den, the sequel to this game, they introduced not just the Demon Fangs thing, they actually split it off into 3 things. Demon Hide, Demon Skin, and Demon Bone, I believe it was. But now, let's cut down the fruit with a surprisingly straight line. And it's time for awesome cutscenes, a divine intervention! That's so beautiful. This game, it's just got the best. I've got one thing to say. This game, it's probably one of the best ones for art direction. I know I sound like I'm Chugacon right there, but I do praise the art direction. Isun, stop talking about Sakuya's kimono. For those of you who don't know, a kimono is basically a Japanese dress. And Isun's saying we should go and help out. But that we will do in the next episode. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, favorite, subscribe to TeamRejectedGamers, and subscribe to me while you're at it. And I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Okami.